Hello, everyone. Welcome all again.
Hello,
Hello.
thank you.
Hello.
Yeah. Uh, Before we dive in, I just would like to introduce at first uh, Mohammed El Nasser, GeoSpatial Project Coordinator from Troyse Municipality. Shiva Shekhar Wadeli with us, Innovation Manager from the Bechas, Saudi Arabia, and Ahmed Jamal, Head of Geomatic Departments, Umranian, and Kent Crow from the GeoColleagues. Welcome again, and now it's yours, Kent. We may start.
All right. Well, first and foremost, welcome, fellow geoholics. I am your host, Kent Grow. Not only am I the founder and host of the Geoholics podcast, but also a lifelong land surveyor. Been working in the land surveying profession for about 35 years. Kind of a tech nerd, of course, and a fan of just about anything that captures reality and makes it smarter. So we got a lot that we're going to get into today. We're going to dive deep into a topic that's shaping the future of infrastructure, construction, and to be honest, everything in between. It's kind of the fusion of BIM and GIS and digital twins. I'm honored to be joined by this powerhouse lineup of geospatial experts, folks who are out there, building, scanning, mapping, and integrating the digital and physical worlds, every single day. There's a lot going on. So let's get into this. We got a lot to talk about. No slides, no fluff, just kind of real talk from real pros. So the first question is going to focus on the integration evolution. And let's kind of start big here. Digital twins has really been a buzzword for the last few years, but now we're seeing serious real world implementation in infrastructure, urban planning, and even facility management. So how have here's the first question, and I'm going to have, hold on one second. I'm going to have Ahmed go first, but the first question is, um, how have these BIM, GIS integrations evolved to solve, actual challenges on the ground? And what's driving the adoption right now? Is it technology, regulation, or just better return on investment? And Ahmed, I'll let you go first.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Kate, for your hosting. Um, Actually, I'm really glad to be here to share practical insights from real project and discuss how reality capture is shaping the next evolutions of our industry. Okay. So let's dive into the question. Okay. A few years ago, digital twin were mostly theoretical, yani something we talked about in conference like right now. But today, with the power of reality capture, especially, and BIM technology and GIS working together, it's become real and practical. In my experience, the turning point came when we started using high accuracy reality capture for from laser scanning, photogrammetry, drone mapping, and so on, to build a reliable base for the digital twin. And of course, BIM technology or BIM adds detailed design informations. And finally, GIS connect everything to real world locations. I believe this I believe this integrations solve real challenges. For example, for infrastructure project, as you said, we can overlay the captured point cloud with BIM model to check the project progress and the deviations and detect the deviations. And for urban planning project, reality capture helps us to build 3D models of city and that link directly to GIS layers, supporting the decision about utility, traffic, and the flood analysis. Okay, and finally, facility management. We can monitor the assets in real time by using continuous data capturing, uh, such as IoT, Internet of Things, or scanners. Actually, behind this evolution, there are a few strong drivers. First, the accuracy of reality capture. Now we can create a digital twin and truly that truly represent the reality. Second, AI and automations now in our days helps us to process a massive data from scanner and drone efficiently. And third, cloud collaborations, where BIM and GIS and reality capture data all met in one ecosystem that's accessible for everyone involved in in the project. That's it.
All right, that's a great answer, Mohammed. I'm gonna let you go next. Same question. How are these integrations evolving, and how are they solving, actual challenges on the ground? Again, to refresh your memory on the question, what's driving this adoption right now?
Yes, thank you for having me on this great panel. Well, let's talk more about the fusion of building information modeling, which is BIM, and the Geographic Information Systems (GIS), which is often called GeoBIM, that has enabled creating data-rich digital twins that simulate and manage urban environments. I mean, let's take Sweden, for instance. The largest cities here, Stockholm, Gothenburg, Malmö, has collaborated together to create a 3D city model specification. This integration has helped these cities to collaborate, and they use today digital twins to model traffic, energy use, climate resilience, enabling scenario testing before implementation. All of these things are able because of this integration. So that integration has formed valuable collaboration platforms such as National Hub for Digital Twins, the Digital Twin Cities Center that helped municipalities in urban planning and asset management. We also see trends like the Geo AI, specifically the machine learning and the open data ecosystems that support this collaboration across sectors. So climate resilience, for instance, helping modeling flood risks and green infrastructure. So this fusion has enabled a lot of possibilities to collaborate among sectors.
Yeah, absolutely. GeoBIM, like you mentioned, Geo AI, there's a lot of exciting things going on. No, okay, let's move on to the next one. Our next question really gets into reality capture and precision, because we know that's important. Because if your data's wrong, your digital twin's going to be wrong, and it's going to be a big mess. So between laser scanning, photogrammetry, SLAM, drones, and now AI-driven modeling, which innovations have most improved your ability to build accurate, efficient digital twins? And if there's something still slowing you down, maybe make mention of that as well. And Ahmed, I'm going to let you go first.
That's a great question, Kent. In my experience, this is the biggest leap came when the reality capture became faster and smarter. A few years ago, scanning a large site used to take days, sometimes week, or even months, and aligning all this data with a real headache. But now, with modern LiDAR scanners, drone photogrammetry, and AI-powered processing in software, we can capture a million of points per second, and all this data will be geofronted.
Sorry, I think, can
Uh,
you hear me?
Actually, okay, AI play a critical role in data cleaning or point cloud data cleaning. We are talking about point cloud data cleaning, point cloud data or data registering, and even classifying the point cloud automatically for saving
Sorry,
the
can you
huge
hear me?
time in processing stage. What used to take a team in a week can now done in a single day. Okay. I believe the evolutions mean the digital twin today don't just look realistic, but they behave realistically because the geometry and the spatial data behind them come straight from the real world, captured with high precision.
Yeah, well said. Mohammed, same question to you. What's making this easier and more accurate as far as the data collection goes? And are there any challenges that are still slowing you down?
Yeah, sure. Well, indeed, as I mentioned before, it's the Geo AI, specifically the machine learning. You can automate the feature extraction, We can use it for object detection. We can use it for semantic segmentation from reality capture inputs, which enables a lot of applications. But let me dive in a very special technique that is one of my favorites, which is Gaussian splatting. Gaussian splatting, well, it's a sophisticated processing method that creates more complete point clouds and significantly enhances the 3D model visualization, creating a scene that is incredibly photorealistic. And it produces outputs that are more detailed, fluid, and fascinating. I mean, Gaussian splatting improved the underlying point cloud and 3D mesh in addition to improving the visualization. Because in the geospatial world, we care also about the geometries, right? Not only the great visualization, but we need also the outcomes to be reconstructed in a good structure so we can use it in real world scenes. So Gaussian splatting, it's happening, it's improving, and I think we will see more and more applications of this.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. We were in Germany here a few weeks ago at InterGeo, and Gaussian splatting was talked about a lot. So, Mohammed, I'm curious, when it comes to AI, does it make post-processing better or just faster or a combination of the two?
Well, it depends on the application, but mostly we can see how it streamlines the processing. It's during data acquisition, during data processing, and post-data processing. So we see incredibly streamlining in the whole process. So we will see more and more applications in the near future.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for that. All right, let's move on to the next question. This is kind of going to be more of a regional focus question, you know. So let's kind of shift gears to the Middle East, where we're obviously seeing massive investments in smart cities, mega projects, and digital transformation in general. What's unique about implementing BIM, GIS, integrated twins in that part of the world, and what are the biggest advantages? What are the hurdles that are still existing when it comes to data, interoperability, scalability, or real-time updates? Ahmed, why don't you go first on this one?
Okay, great. Actually, in the Middle East, we have seen a huge investment or a huge interest and investment in digital twin, especially when they are integrated with BIM and GIS. The advantage here is clear, very clear. The region is investing in smart cities and mega project and sustainability goals. Actually, reality capture, because I'm focusing about reality capture spatial data because my major, in other geomatics, but that's okay. Reality capture play a key role or a critical role in this journey because it gives us or provide us accurate or high quality spatial data from the real world. We can say, for example, from laser scanning, drone mapping, and photogrammetry, make the digital twin truly real. However, challenges would still exist. One big issue is data interoperability. Each organization may use a different format or a different platform. Another challenge is scalability, as you said, especially for large national projects that require a constant update. Real-time accuracy is improving, but it depends on how well sensor or IoT system and cloud platform are integrated. Governmental initiative like Saudi Vision 2030 and UAE Digital Transformation Strategy are strong driver for the success. They encourage the use of reality capture and geospatial data to make a city more connected and efficient. Still, we need more collaboration between public and private sector to build a unified digital ecosystem.
Yeah, all really, really good points. All right, Mohammed, why don't you go ahead and add some value to this part of the conversation?
Yeah, sure. Well, let me add another key advantage for the Middle East. We all know that the countries in the Middle East are early adopters of. So yeah, I just mentioned that we we see early adopters in Middle East of GeoBIM. I mean, let's mention the adoption in the Giga projects such as NEOM, Red Sea Global, Expo 2020 in Dubai, Expo 2030 in Riyadh, FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar, and FIFA World Cup 2034 in Saudi Arabia. We can also mention the rapid growth and urbanization, which could be both as an advantage and a challenge at the same time. And when we talk about challenges, so let's talk about one huge technical challenge, which is data quality issues. I mean, let's talk about the data accuracy, the data availability, the information lost during data extraction. All these challenges need to be addressed. And as Ahmad said before, the interoperability, it's also a very, very important challenge because it ensures software compatibility and following the data standards to ease the process of collaboration.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Ahmed, I do have a follow-up question for both of you. Is there, out of curiosity, is there a local talent or training gap that's slowing the adoption of the technologies?
Well, it could be, but I think it has been processed hugely recently. We see a lot of efforts to minimum this gap in knowledge, and we see like a lot of opportunities to such as the GeoSpatialNext. This platform is enriching the awareness about these technologies. How could we solve these challenges? What kind of insights that we can learn from it? So I think this gap is minimizing during the time.
Perfect. Ahmed, I'm sure you have a unique perspective on this as far as local talent or training gap. What would you like to add? Do you have anything you want to add to question 3?
Yeah, especially like since I'm working in the Middle East for like around 10 years, so definitely I do see like a lot of advantages and challenges. So to start with, like about this BIM-GIS and digital twin integrations. So I started my this integration journey like 5 years back with one of the big community in the Riyadh. So where I started the project, like it is already handed over, and then we started the project. Literally it was in 2D project in environment, and there is no 3D information available. And then we started deployed reality capture technology, where we digitalized all their assets. Literally it is like around 2 million square meter area. It's not like small project even. So where we deployed all our LiDAR scanners, and we capture all those assets into digital form. And then we did like a scan to BIM. We developed the BIM models, and then we integrated or feed the data of all the asset informations and locations data to all the assets. Then we used one CDE mechanism, and there we integrated the data to GIS and also other digital twin platform, especially the Optum, where Maximo literally. So it is like we started with a zero and ending up with like fully digital. We made like digital community literally digitalize their operations, and now they are made for all their operation, integrating with all their operation systems, and especially they are also making a command control center. This all happening because of like the reality capture technology, where we capture all the buildings using like those technology. I can proudly say that like especially about like fast 4-5 years, especially after COVID, the digital era was like widely opened. And especially I'm not sure about like outside Middle East, but like in the Middle East. Now the client creating a mandate for the digital, especially they are coming up with like exchange information requirements and GIR they are creating, especially for the GIS, GIS information requirements. So you can see how the client is keen to implement those kind of technologies across this Middle East region. I'm very positive. I think next 2 to 3 years probably Middle East going to be test bed for these digital innovations. It's now we are not talking in like kind of theoretical. There are, as I mentioned, I was involved 5 years back in the project of actual real digital twin projects. So I think maybe you can hear a lot of successful twin stories after 2 to 3 years across this Middle East region. So yeah. And talking about technology, skill set gap, yeah, I do notice after handover like there is some of the gaps, but I think but nowadays people are very interested about these technologies, and those skill gaps also probably it may be filled with full skill set, like maybe next couple of years, 1 or 2 years. I think that we can overcome in this region, and we don't see any hurdles to implement this technologies across in the Middle East. Yeah, I'm also proud to be part of this evolution, and especially in the Middle East.
Great, thank you for that. Let's move on to question 4, Ahmed. This one's going to focus on getting started with BIM-GIS integration. So let's get practical on this one. For the folks that are listening who want to jump in but don't know where to start, in your opinion, from based on your experiences and what you're seeing, what's the first step?
Okay, great. From my experience, the first step is always understanding your data. Before thinking about BIM or GIS software, the organization should focus on accurate reality capture tool, whether through the laser scanning, drone, or and so on. They provide us a reliable digital foundation to build on. Once you have a precise data, the next step is defining a clear workflow. How your BIM or JS team will collaborate, which standard you will follow, and how your data or how the data will move between systems. The integrations here is not just software compatibility; it's about communications and structure. In past projects, I have seen the most successful implementation is to start with a small pilot area and you grow once the team are confident with the workflow. So the key lessons here: don't rush integration. Focus on accuracy and coordination and building a unified digital information rooted in a reality capture.
Perfect, thank you for that. Mohammed, from your perspective, what's the first step?
Well, I will just add a few steps to the steps that Ahmed has talked about. I will say collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. Collaborate locally, collaborate regionally, and globally. I mean, I just mentioned how Stockholm, Gothenburg, and Malmö cities has developed together the 3CIM specification to harmonize the 3D city modeling across Sweden. So collaboration is the key. Another thing to have in mind is to start with scalable pilot projects. I mean, you can start small, but think to scale it up after finishing the project. And let's talk finally about how important to follow standardization to ensure the interoperability.
Ahmed, I'm curious. There's got to be a lesson learned or two that you've learned along the way that maybe you could share with others so that they don't experience the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Ahmed, talk about a lesson learned or two that you could share with the people that are listening.
The collaboration and the coordination between the team and understanding the data, and metadata, and how to start, and starting with a pilot project. This is very important. This is in my thought.
Having
I
a
can
good
hear you,
pilot
but I'm
project,
not
yeah.
sure.
The collaboration, I mean, here in Sweden, I coordinate projects among the municipalities in the Stockholm County, which are 26 municipalities, and we see how wonderful it is to collaborate among these municipalities, the small ones, the big ones, the middle ones.
So
We all have experiences, we all have challenges,
yeah,
and we don't need to start from zero. We can talk about the issues that we have, the solutions that we work it for, and that helps everybody. Everyone wins when we collaborate together. So I would encourage, not only in the local governments, but also across sectors, that the private and public partnerships, uh, these are valuable, and you can make miracles with collaboration.
Very good point made by both of you guys. Let's move on to question 5, and this is going to focus on the future of BIM and GIS. So this is kind of looking into the crystal ball. What, Ahmed, you go ahead and go first. What's the next big leap from your perspective in BIM and GIS integration?
Great. Okay. Yeah, I think the next big leap in BIM and GIS integration will come from how we use the reality capture as the foundation for everything. Because once you have accurate, high resolution spatial data, uh, you're not just building a model, you are building a real digital environment. In the next 3 or 5 years, technology like AI and IoT will help digital twin to think and respond. AI will analyze the data automatically, detect the change, and even predict the maintenance need. IoT sensor will feed live data from the real world into the model, keeping it always up to date. And with geospatial intelligence trying everything together, we will move from static model to a living system where BIM, GIS working together seamlessly to understand not just how things look, but they behave in real life. So the real transformation will happen when reality capture become the constant link between the physical and the digital worlds, turning the data into final decision.
Perfect. Mohammed, go ahead. Question number 5.
Yeah. So we're talking about future. I will talk about Cityverse. Cityverse, well, actually, it's not the future. It's happening now while we talking about it, which is a collaborative platform launched by the International Telecommunication Union, the United Nations International Computing Center, Digital Dubai, and supported by over 70 global partners. And what is Cityverse? Well, Cityverse, it's it's a platform aiming to shape a future where AI-powered virtual worlds are inclusive, trusted, and interoperable. By connecting people, cities, and technologies, it improves meaningful progress for AI-powered virtual worlds. And talking about Cityverse, let me also talk about another European project, which is the European Cityverses Uniting for Inclusiveness project, which is supported by the European Union. And this project will develop an AI-supported platform built on the Gothenburg's digital twin in Sweden. And this project is aiming to meet the needs of all residents and visitors, regardless of the age or ability, to create a more equal and accessible urban environments. So the future is Cityverse.
Gotcha. So what are we heading towards? Ahmed, you can go with this one. Are we heading towards like a full automation scenario, or are we just going to have smarter humans with better tools?
Well, I think that technology is enabling, enforcing, enriching. It's not going to replace humans. That's my opinion. We're gonna see a lot of improvements, development, innovations. It's gonna be very easy to integrate with between the physical and virtual worlds. It's gonna be easier for people to integrate with their cities. So I see it like enabler, not as a replacer. That's my opinion, actually.
Gotcha. On that same topic, do you think we're going to see, or maybe we're already seeing it, and I'm not aware of it? Are we going to see live digital twins that, stay up to date automatically, or is that a bit of a dream?
Well, I think by using the Internet of Things, the sensors are getting smarter. We are getting like data in real time, so we were gonna be able to automate the data acquisition, and probably also the processing of data. But I think not quite sure that we're gonna get fully automated processing or the whole process to be automated during the next 3 years. Maybe 10 years, I would say, somehow.
10 years. That's really not that far in the future. We did get a question from the audience, and Mohammed, I'll let you go with this one, and then Ahmed. How do you see the future of GIS? How do you see the future of integrating GIS and BIM in developing smart cities? What does that look like, Mohammed?
Yeah, actually, I have already talked about this concept of the cityverse, which is in the ground, it's a 3D city model, and the 3D city models, they are grounded on this integration between BIM and GIS. So the BIM, it's the information model that includes a lot of information that we need to build, to maintain, to manage the assets. And we have the GIS with the power of coordinates, the power of location, and together we get that smart 3D city model. And then we integrated with the artificial intelligence, we integrated with the Internet of Things, the smart sensors, and we get this concept of cityverse. So we get like a huge platform integrating people with technologies and cities. So I think this integration is very essential in the cityverse world.
Yeah, so much advantages and so many uses for this technology. It's pretty unbelievable. Is there one innovation that you're most excited about, Mohammed?
Well, I'm very excited about the Gaussian splatting because it's rapidly evolving. And as you mentioned before, we were like in Germany during Intergeo. I was there as well last year. And I would say during 1 year, so many things has happened.
Yeah,
it's mind-blowing. I mean, the guys working on this technology, they are doing an amazing job. So guys, a huge shout out. Keep moving and develop this. You're doing a great job, and the whole industry will get benefits of that.
Yeah, definitely. Ahmed, what would you like to add?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My system was dropped. My system. Yeah, I just heard your questions, but after that, my system was dropped. As our colleague said, the integrations or the in the future, the tool, the integration was the solutions. Not only using one tool, but the integrations was the solutions. And as we said before, the AI play a critical role for saving time, for everything we will do in the future. for especially in data processing in office work. For point cloud classifications, registering, data processing, we can say as a general term.
And
That's
is there an innovation in particular that you're most excited about in the near future?
Actually, we can't imagine the innovation. We can't imagine in the future what's happened, but let's see the next years what will happen.
Yeah, yeah. Do you see us having like real-time digital twins that are updated in real time with geospatial information? Oh, looks like we lost Ahmed. Mohammed, is there anything else you want to add?
Well, I just want to say that I see more and more industries seeing the valuable geospatial data. How valuable is it? How important to acquire geospatial data, to process it, and to turn it into insights, into knowledge, into action, which is a very very positive trend actually, because we were struggling with being such an anonym branch, but we see that more awareness and more in this investment in this industry. We also get benefits from other industries actually. I mean, the car industry are investing in LiDAR sensors. We get benefits from the imagery as well, artificial intelligence, the GPUs. All of these industries are helping us to develop our industry and gain more powerful tools to improve the knowledge that we have and deliver better data for smart decision making.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for that. Thank you to the rest of the panelists. I think we need to just about wrap it up here. And thank you to everybody that's been listening, tuning into this conversation. Apologies for the audio difficulties,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
one thing I want to mention, you know, the future of geospatial isn't just about data alone. It's about connecting all this data, and that's where all the exciting developments are happening. So, Emery, if you want to take it from here.
yes, thank you again. I just checking the chat box, and we have a couple of questions. So I'm now bringing to the screen. Actually, we answered at the last question, but Mohammed Al-Maktour Nawai wondering that which innovation, LiDAR, UAV, photogrammetry, or cloud-based GIS will have the most impact in the next 5 years. I can say all of them together with AI. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
This is the answer, but would you add something on about it?
Yeah, actually, I just mentioned the Gaussian splatting, which is rapidly evolving, and it's kind of mind blowing because it's accurate, photorealistic, and it solves so many issues that we had before with point clouds. So I would say Gaussian splatting.
Actually, we just heard the nerve, and after that, Gaussian splatting out there, and it's very surprising. And as you said, just 1 year now, it's quite short to see new things. So yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you. Another one is also, yeah. How do you see the future of integrating GIS and BIM in developing smart cities? And there's a current move towards connecting 3D models with real-time geospatial data to support operation and maintenance after construction.
Yeah, I think we have already answered this question. We talked about Cityverse, which is a collaborative platform that is built on the integration of the BIM and GIS. So I would tell Obaid to search more about it. It's a very huge project, collaboration between more than 70 global partners. So yeah, just take a look at that Cityverse.
Yeah, again, thank you. I would like to say you all, but now we have 15 speakers. Okay, again, it was really nice to hear you. Thank you for sharing your insights, and I'm sure it goes to someone's minds. And thank you again. So we have to jump another session in 7 minutes only. So see you guys. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Go grab
Thank you.
coffee. Thank you.
Bye.